Welcome to Viral Story Reels, where TikTok's wildest, funniest, and most jaw-dropping stories live on. Get ready for stories that will leave you speechless, laughing, and maybe even a little spooked. I woke up to the sound of my alarm ringing, pulling me out of a deep sleep. Groggy, I grabbed my phone. It was 6:45 a.m., but something felt off. The air was thick, like I was walking through fog. Brushed it off and slowly got out of bed, trying to shake off the unease. When I walked into the hallway, I noticed something strange. The front door was locked, not strange in itself, but when I went to open it, I couldn't. I tried jiggling the handle, twisting it this way and that, nothing. It was like something was blocking it from the inside. I was sure I hadn't locked it the night before. Confused, I moved to the kitchen, hoping for a distraction. But the unsettling feeling grew stronger. I glanced over at the windows. They were all locked too. That was odd. I always double-check before bed, but tonight I couldn't remember doing it. So I tried the door again. No luck. And that's when a thought hit me. What if the door locked itself from the inside? But how? There was no one else here. I started to panic, my mind racing. I rushed back to my bedroom, checked under the bed, in the closet. Nothing. I stood in front of the door, hand shaking. My heart was racing. Why wasn't it opening? What was going on? Minutes felt like hours, and I could feel the panic setting in. This wasn't just a normal glitch. I'd heard stories of things like this happening, strange, unexplainable occurrences. But this wasn't some ghost story. It was my life, my house, and I was stuck. I decided to call my mum. My voice was shaky as I explained what was going on. She said she'd come over in the morning, but I was still terrified. The door stared at me, unyielding. I kept trying every now and then, pulling and twisting the handle with all my strength, but the door didn't budge. It was like someone or something was keeping it locked from the other side. Then, just as the sun began to set, the unimaginable happened. Click, the door unlocked. I pushed it open, stepping into the hallway, and took a deep breath, relief. The house was normal, again like nothing had happened. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. I walked to the living room and sat down, heart still racing. I didn't know what to make of it. Was it just a weird coincidence? Or was there something more to it? One thing was certain. There was no way I'd be sleeping easy tonight. What do you think happened? Was it just a strange coincidence? Or something more eerie? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more wild stories, make sure to subscribe. Remember, you never know when the next viral story will unfold. Stay tuned, stay curious, and stay safe out there.